Alright, what's up guys? This is Noah and welcome to my vlog, day 4 from the bathroom. But yeah, if you look at it, I use my phone a lot to film, so you guys might have a phone on your pocket. If you guys want to start vlogging, there we go, you have it. Yeah, to get back into it, the first thing you obviously need is the root folder, right? So in this case, my first root folder is your the project name. So it will be like, just like it is the closet, your first root folder would be your project name, right? So like, let's say my project name is called folder structure, because today we're going to be talking about folder structure, right? So that's the project name. So what's today's date? It's 07/27/20, right? I do this because let's say I film something tomorrow, it'll be the next day. You know, if I do the same thing tomorrow and it's called folder structure, then next time, like after like 3 months, I look back, I'm like, wait, when did I film that? You know. So once you have your folder structure, you know, I'm only gonna do this in the first few portions so that you guys don't have to watch every single like folder being built. So in this one, 3 main things that I actually use a lot is the first thing would be like outputs, right? The other one would be your assets, you know, that would be your actual file for like your video files, your photo files, your audio files. And the other thing is your program files. That's your software that you actually use to edit or use the actual thing that you use. It could be Premiere Pro, it could be After Effects, it could be DaVinci Resolve, you can edit on your phone, whatever it is, you know, generally you have the link to that software, right? So just to kind of like, so that I'm not doing this whole thing, I'm gonna show you guys what I already have. There you go. So if you look at it, right, I just built the main 3 root folders earlier to show what's there. So there's the outputs, right? And then in the outputs, what is it? It's cuts, right? So in the outputs, I have actually like 4 subcategories, you know, so it's like all the edits, right? And then I have audio cuts, audio outputs, or I have VFX, or I have color, or I have stills. So all those things are things that I generally use a lot. I render out a lot of screenshots from project files for my Instagram or for my Facebook. So those could go actually in the stills folder, right? So in your cuts, I generally have like 3 main folders. The more important thing here is your rough cut and your final lock file, right? The reason you want rough cuts is, as an editor, you know, you would never be okay with first cut, right, or the first render, because you realize that you already named your file something final, and then you realize that, oh, you forgot to render the audio in it, or you forgot to render the intro in it. You look back after like 3 months, well, which one is it, right? Really easy to do it. Rough cut, so put all your files, renders, if it's not finalized, into rough cuts. So before posting or before delivering your footage to your client or something else, well, if you're really sure that that's locked, your friends have watched it, your bosses have seen it, your clients have seen it, and they're like, okay, it's good to go. Then you render it again on whatever is okay, put it on the lock file. So audio, again, it's the same thing. You know, you have like specific audio render, you know, you have a sound effects that you wanted to like check it out. You don't need to render the video, you know, just the audio. It's the same thing with all of these, right? The other important thing is your assets. You know, so if you look at your assets, you have video, you have audio, you have photos, you have graphics, and you have inspiration. Why so many, right? Well, because if you're filming with like 3 different cameras and you have like 10 footage from each, it's already like 30 clips, right? Now put audio file in it. You know, you have like recording on your Tascam, then you have a sound effects, then you have, oh, you forgot to re-record, so you have like voiceovers, and then you have like ADR, and like if the list goes on, well, you kind of need all the folder structures and you want to really label it, right? So in your assets, you have your video file, and in the video, what kind of video it is? Is it the production video, like you shot it, like let's say I shoot this thing, right? So this is my production, you know, I have my main 8 camera, that's the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. So in my production, I have my first camera that I really use, that would be the 8 camera. that's the one that I'm looking at and talking into. That's my Blackmagic. I have a second camera that I use a lot on other things, but not on my vlog right now. On this one, it's a Canon. The third camera that I use is I have my drone that I use right there, and the third camera I use is the drone, and then the fourth is my phone. So I have like specific folders for it, and then after that I have like folders for stock footage that I actually use. I use these, like, if you have seen my previous vlogs, you kind of see those like red flares, like those burn effects. I actually have it build it out, so you can check it out, these burns, and then it's really easy to drag and drop. It just comes in right away. I have those things. I also like to make my footage actually a little bit grainy to kind of like give that film vibe. And then the audio is the same. The main camera that I have right now is that camera, and I'm talking in that camera, so that will be my audio. Then I have my music. So what kind of music is it? Is it a temp music? The one that I got it as an inspiration, but I can't license it because who owns the music? Let's say, who? Justin Bieber, right? Can you afford Justin Bieber's song? Probably not. Especially if you want to monetize it, right? So you can't do it. The other option that a lot of people use these days is like subscription music, right? Artlist or Music Bed, or like there's a lot of subscription music, or even like YouTube has a lot of free stock audio, right? So those could be your licensed music, and you can put those in the specific folder, and you can always use it and not worry about like being flagged or like having copyright issues, right? So you have a specific folder for it. And then there's the sound effects. So let's say there's a thunderstorm, you didn't get the audio, but you can always get a thunder audio online, Google, some bunch of free ones. So there's a lot of, like, you see a horse running, obviously you can ask the horse on demand to like make the sound, right? Or something like that. So you have like specific sound effects folder for specific things. So it's all there. And then now you have your photos, like, is it like, let's say, especially if it's a really model kind of like video where you have a lot of videos, but you have like poses happening throughout. So you want to integrate like high-res photo shoots, right? Well, you can actually have those photos coming in here and like have like production photos, stock photos, screenshots, anything, right? So yeah, they all go into it. Again, it's the same concept with graphics. You have your like different kind of graphics, like, is it an overlay? I actually have some overlays that I use, like these film overlays that I made. I use it all the time. There it is. And then last is your program. So when you're editing, some people are really big in like doing VFX tricks and crazy, like, those magic tricks, right? Like in editing magic, well, they probably use a lot of After Effects for it, so you have your After Effects, or it could be like, that YouTube lower third that I say it's an After Effects folder file, then it can go right here. Then now you have your Premiere file, like the actual Premiere Pro project, right? And then let's say you are really a DP, like or like cinematographer that really wants better looking footage, and you are in color grading and stuff. You have your Resolve folder, everything has its place. But today we'll look into the Premiere one. So Premiere, you have the project, right? So you rename this to the project so that you kind of like, in the program you know like what you are looking into, right? So you can rename it. I generally just like put it in so it's easier to like rename this. I actually probably should put the date 07/27/20, right? So that's it. And then once I do this, I'm gonna open and show you guys what I have inside, just to kind of walk you through on the same process. So the trick here is to really duplicate what you have outside as the folder structure in your editing folder, which basically will make your work so much easier in a lot of ways. So like if you look at it right now, I don't have a lot of things happening because it's super basic. So in the assets, I have my videos, production days, right? So the other cool trick is like you can literally like, drag and drop these, and they actually make the subfolder inside. And I realized that it only makes it when you have files in it, and I'll have a cleanup version on the actual the zip folder. yeah, I have a download link right down here, and then all you have to do is just basically download the file. Here, let me show it right now. So I have the folder structure right here, right? So you would get one of these files, just unzip it, really easy, which should be like this one. I already unzip it. You go to program files, you go to Premiere Pro, have your project, and then all of those things will be clean. Sorry, I just like copied the whole thing, and then you have your whole thing happening. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like and share this video for more tutorials. This is my actually first try on tutorials, so I hope it made sense. Or you can also check out my Instagram or email me if you have any like specific requests on what you guys want to learn or even know about, or what my next vlog should be. Just let me know and we'll go from there. Thank you guys. Peace.